You know, it helps if I actually make sure the window is focused when I try to set off a episode of one of these, so I don't get things going on there. As we get an immediate raid, not only for the stream, but for the video as well. Thank you to Octorok with this raid coming in, that's fine. Need sleep and do everything then, that's absolutely fine, Octorok. You go get some rest after your Genshin Impact. And anybody who's joining with this big raid here, I'm Laura Petal, and I welcome you to today's video on Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations, part of the Ace Attorney trilogy on the Steam, and part of my Ace Attorney chronology playthrough. We are continuing our run through every single game in in-game timeline order, and today is a good one, because in Trials and Tribulations, we are starting 3-4 today. That is the new case, and I'm very excited for it, because it's gonna be one of those ones where we go back to the past and see things from a different perspective. But welcome in everybody in Twitch land and in YouTube land as well, wherever you are enjoying this one. You can see my face for the first time in one of these Ace Attorney episodes for a very long time. If you like what you see here in YouTube land, don't forget to let me know with a like and comment down below. Feel free to go further with your love and support by subscribing to the YouTube channel as well, clicking the bell where that is as well, so you get notifications when new uploads come through if you're interested in following this series on. So if this is your first video in my chronology playthrough, hello! Yes, we are doing all of the games in that order and having a great time with it so far. If you're returning from other videos in the playlist, then I hope you're ready for some great times and very, very cool things to come, because we, as I said, are starting Turnabout Beginnings, Part 1-1 Trial. So, in fact, before we do that, we're gonna do the thing, start it up as, yeah, we'll go new game, and go to Trials and Tribulations menu, because we want to get the opening to everything as well. Here we go with Turnabout Beginnings, and here we go with the thing like that. Yes, Vital, thank you very much for that as well. We got a clip featured on a social feed for a game recently, so that was very, very fun to see. But anyway, today is Ace Attorney, as I say, so shall we see the opening again, as we got the teaser last time out, but just to remind you all, if you are just joining us in this series in particular, here is how Turnabout Beginnings kicks off. The girl! Let her go! Shut up! Come closer, and I kill her! Sorry, but you're not gonna get it. But you're not gonna get the chance. As I said before, that right there is a heck of a way to go, whoever that was. Okay. I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Name, Terry Falls. Charge, kidnapping and murder. Sentence, death penalty. After escaping, Falls met with and then Merchant Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, recaptured on Eagle Mounting about 8 hours after his escape. Hawthorne sounds like a name. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. So take you back to the past. 6 years earlier into the past for Mia Fey's first ever trial on the defense bench. Her greenhorn case, shall we say. Let me just move my window over so it's not blocking the particular window over there. Just put it over there, that's fine. Hello, E-Back! It's Tuesday, taking a day off as family want to go to the beach, but in reality, just excited to see play some more AA. Hey, anything to get an excuse in, right? I know forced family fun sometimes is a, you know, it can be nice sometimes, but if you don't feel like that one, then, you know, nobody has to truly know. It's fine. As we start, February 16th, 9:24 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 4. So still same old court, I see. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm gonna die. I never should have accepted this case. Ah! Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing. I swear, I ain't killed nobody. Why do all the like the rough folks that I'm meeting nowadays have this I didn't do it, officer? It's that's the new voice I'm giving them suddenly. Also, I'm so nervous. I feel like I could die. Is that meant to be a reference to possibly Phoenix's first line stepping in as in his first case as a lawyer, all the way back in the first game? I feel like if it's not word for word, it's definitely bringing that back and is maybe similar at least. Which I like that as a reference if it is. Terry Falls. My first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago. And now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I didn't do nothing! I didn't kill nobody! I never lie! I didn't escape from out nowhere! It's implied Hereditary Terry isn't actually very active in the brain department. And, I mean, with this thing here, thinking that you can eat, thinking you can, Nanny! Hello, Bessie. Thinking that you can eat your, ball and chain, and I noticed that one eye looks way more spaced out than the other right now. Okay, then. But, Mr. Falls? The police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry. I told a little lie. Oh boy. But anyway, I didn't do it! I never killed nobody! Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? I'm really sorry! They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was strict, I tell ya! That woman, she lied in her testimony! That's why I got the death penalty! I swear it! I didn't kill her! I could never do that! "2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believe that Terry Falls did it." So, after you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her! She was alive when I left! She was alive! It's true! I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. I mean, you should, but your first man being a guy literally in prisoner stripes. You know, the full-on garb, the full-on hat thing, the full-on ball and chain thing, which I'm surprised he can lift that up, let's be honest, to have a little nibble on it. Also, this "ha" is written rather suspicious of like somebody who we've already met so far. Shall we see? You're not gonna figure out the truth just by staring at the guy. You're? Why are you here? Came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where's Mr. Grossberg? That old man's probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. And you look suspiciously like somebody who enjoys a good Giovacchino. Yeah. Well, it was the official prison uniform in the it's black and white stripes, and which I don't know. It's yeah. The ball and chain probably isn't unliftable, more a hindrance to prevent people running away very quickly. Yeah, I know. It's. I say it for the bit. Hello, Carl. Hello, Alex. Is it Ichiban? Is it Ichiban Kasuga from the hit game Like a Dragon, Like a Dragon? Wow. I mean, it could be. It's not that he's not that very many steps away from looking like an Ichiban looks in that game, isn't he? But Diego Armando. All right then. I didn't say. So, Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me? No. You got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine, an escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though. Relax. Just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I will mention, he's earned a reputation as a genius since the beginning of his law career. Really? Between 5 and 25 pounds, I see. Looks like a college professor who gets roasted for his chin. Are you on about Diego or are you on about Terry? Are you on about this man or are you on about the prison man? I don't know. I don't see how Diego would get made fun of for the chin. It is very, very well shaved and kempt, I would say. This is a man who, looking like this, he very clearly takes care of himself. You know, he's probably got that aftershave ringing from his neck or something. Also, the 2 piercings over there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I want about Diego and also 15! Yes. Okay, thank you for the 15 streak, and you're on about Diego. Gets made fun for the chin. I mean, I can see the butt in it. Let's be honest, but I don't know. He would say it's very cool, you know. If I was if I was somebody else who I know in my friend group, I'd be giving this man, you know, I'd be starting like I'm Antonio Banderas, and it would start like that. It looks like Kazuya Mishima without the scars. Huh. No, you just need to give him like a Phoenix style, tuft up the hair at the back and like slicked back, spiked up at the end into one sort of like triangle shape at the back. Maybe I don't know. Then again, he probably got the stars very, very early on in his life because Kazuya Mishima was historically thrown down a volcano at a very young age. So probably scars ended up happening then. Let's be wholly honest. Yet, I mean, it's interesting that you make that connection. It's fine. Genius? Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time. A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him. But not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple, childlike voice, the one that sounds like, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. It's a wonder how so many Ace Attorney protagonists so many times are like, we see something in our clients. And everybody else be like, what the heck do you see in him? Or her? Or them? I don't know. February 16th, 10 AM, District Court. Cop number 1, then who should be our greenhorn prosecutor across the desk? I mean, he was in the panel for this episode when we picked it from the menu. Yes. And we have Canadian Judge? We have Canadian Judge, or is this how Judge looked when he was 6 years younger somehow? I don't know. I guess we gotta go Canadian then. Court's now in session for the trial at Terry Falls. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Hello, edgy boy. Just Canadian? It is Canadian, Judge. Okay, fine. I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers. I'm probably gonna offend every single Canadian out there because I don't very often hear Canadian accents too much. I don't know when you start going like a boot. Something like that, and when you start looking at, like, when is that Canadian twang comes in, so, yeah. Go full Sapa Canadian. Not your buddy guy. Not your buddy guy! I'm not your guy, friend! I'm not your friend, buddy! Nah, we're not doing Terrace and Philip on this one, don't worry about it. Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. So you're the new prosecutor everyone's talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh? So how far down the family tree does Godot end up in connected to you, I wonder, Mr. Diego? Should we get BSC into voice Canadian Judge when we get that? Would you be able to? Heck yeah, we'll be down. She'd need that cameo in 3-2 then. So yeah, whenever we get around to that, she'd need that quick cameo in 3-2. And then for this case, the very best, like, deep, full-on Canadian for this judge here.
Come on, Mia. You can't lose. Not to someone younger than you.
By how much? Oh, I don't have my own profile here. God damn it! You're taking notes, I see, right. So yeah, he's down there at 20, and... he's a man. He's a young man, he is. Young people running a trail. I'm not too sure how to feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escape in prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered.
So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death?
You got it, kitten. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. A truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct. But in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony.
A witness's testimony?
The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. That is certainly something for a 14-year-old to witness, no matter who they may be. With his lumberjack-looking judge, I reckon the case will be over here, but like, got more trees to drop down. Because I'm a lumberjack and I am okay. I sleep all night and I work all day. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered.
So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away.
That policewoman you just mentioned, That wouldn't be... Exactly. The victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Aha! Why? Okay. I'm gonna be seeing that wide-eyed elk in headlights freaking so many times. It's gonna freak me out every single time, because it's like he goes bug-eyed for a moment, and I don't know if I like that. Aha! I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago, with only one thing on his mind: to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Ah, the truth is becoming clear to me now! Zavari! Don't say that, Judge. There's been somebody who I've seen in this game who, and way too many things became clear to him, Zavari! Yeah, you can't remind me about him again, because I will just bring back the voice again, because I loved doing Luke Atmey's voice, let's be honest. Huh? Yes, yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty.
Objection! Wait a minute! That's not right! At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor!
But I got trees to chop, mind you. Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders.
What? You're even younger than me, you hypocrites!
Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. "6 years ago, he bought that jacket new, and he's never washed it since, and that's why it's green nowadays." Damn it. Oh, gumshoe. Here he is again. Witness, state your name and occupation. Also, I didn't say hi to Alolan. Hello, and hello, Nagi. Welcome in. We're getting to the good stuff now. Gumshoe! Dick Gumshoe! I'm the homicide detective in charge of this case, sir. Finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago.
I don't believe anyone asked you about that.
Hey, man! You got any idea how much work it takes?
What is it?
You are really gorgeous.
Excuse me?
No, seriously. My heart, it's aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be more professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Probably your next salary evaluation. Oh, okay, I got it. Now, Detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. Yes, that much already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir, I got you. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. You get it? It's the area map, and it's from the air, so it's an aerial area map. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. I see. Alright. Dusky Bridge map. Located 40 feet above Eagle River. 40 feet is not a fun distance to fall down. That's more than 10 meters. It didn't look, I'll be honest, it didn't look 10 meters tall from the flashback to the instant that we saw. It looked way more than that, to be honest. Okay then, wow. Graduated from Harvard and went to the yard to get some clam chowder. I don't know if he's a Harvard graduate. Probably does like a bit of clam chowder, though. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor, I'm getting to that. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you will be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth! I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me, though I was some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir.
Here we go, Mia. Hang on.
Okay, now, listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink here for morning tea. Trust me, and get ready. What if everyone just really short in this universe and the bridge is normal size? What, you mean everybody's like Oompa Loompa size? Oh god. Gex stands his comment there, probably graduated from Dartmouth. This is his golden, is it? Yeah, he said the thing. He said hoser. That's what he did. Hello, Wintershell fan. Welcome in. Alright, summary of the incident from a greenhorn gumshoe. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to the Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. Criminals stuffed their body into this car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at the police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination. Coming right up.
Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee.
I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here.
Courtroom can be a cold battlefield, alright. Especially for the beginner.
I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness. Everyone's a beginner in here.
You got me there. Maybe you should keep your claws out and show 'em what you got, kitten.
And Unagi with the 15 streak as well. Thank you very much for that. And yes, hello then. Thank you very much for that. And enjoy your shower, BST, as well. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching. It's no wonder that I'm tired. I never got sleep last night. Oh god. Okay then. Press everything, and if something comes to the good, we will see. Because we always like flavor text around here, and I like to stretch my vocal cords out. Here we go. Hold it! That... Can I try that again, please? Hold it! This unknown person. You have no idea who it might be, right?
Sorry, but I'm afraid I do.
What?
The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant called her? Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about a phone call with Mr. Falls.
A note?
Yeah, top secret memo that she left in her desk. Confidential police materials written by the victim in note form added to the court record. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls.
Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me?
Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer.
But it's that detective's fault! He's the one that said unknown person!
Hey now, don't make that face at me! I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to.
Was that a trap? With that cute face. I didn't expect him to be so sneaky.
And indeed to you too. Went to the Dusky Bridge with the designated time. In fact, can we read specifically the notes? We also have this on here. What I want to know is... Actually... Stuffed her body into his car trunk. Where did an escaped convict on death row get himself a car from? Unless he's very good at jailbreaking into a car. Possibly. But anyway, I'm gonna check. Confidential notes. February 14th, 1:21 PM. Falls, 4:30 PM at that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Asterisk, talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. So her name... Victim's name, Valerie Hawthorne. And she name drops a Dahlia. We've already seen a Dahlia Hawthorne in a previous case. It's back to that, isn't it? Oh god. But anyway. Hold it! A bridge up in the mountains? But why meet there? Because it's a very important place to the defendant, that's why. What do you mean by that? If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge.
Huh?
The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls. Returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic. How romantic for them, possibly, as well. I don't know. Okay.
Hold it! Was the body of the victim discovered right away?
Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great! We even got to say, "Don't move! Freeze! It's the cops! We got you surrounded!"
Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that?
The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how'd they find out about the crime so quickly?
Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right?
That's what had happened, then she wouldn't have been killed. She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on the desk about it. If only I'd noticed it earlier. Maybe she'd still be alive.
I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone.
Hawaii indeed! So far, let's take umbrage with statement 3, but let's get everything else first. Stuffed the body in the car trunk and made the getaway, okay?
Hold it! Mr. Falls had a car then?
Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, man. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves? I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves.
Is this guy sure how he feels about anything?
This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. And naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Ooh, that doesn't look too comfortable. Well, naturally, I don't think a bird is naturally that big. Alright, photo of the trunk of Fall's car, added to the court record.
The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct?
Yeah. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back.
But we are talking about a woman here.
You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back, nice and firm. The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, Was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? Alright, new testimony. Here's a photo of the trunk. But I don't see anything strange, do you? Anyway, no, we're not getting away with that. You said in the notes. Said in the notes of the thing, she should wear a white scarf for identification. I think we need to take umbrage with that immediately, but... I mean, we do have to press this and just make sure. Hello, Yeti. Good time zone. Good time zone to you. Or should I say, bidet? That's my best critical role thing there for you. Alright. Hold it! What did the defendant have to say about this photo? What he always says, man. I didn't do it. I didn't do nothing. That's what he says. Nothing? I wouldn't say he did nothing. At the very least, we know he stole a car. It's just what he always says, Your Honor. And then, he always says... sorry, I told a little lie. Or something like that. Well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested. Precisely. Okay, your very best Mike Pollock impression there, Edgeworth. Precisely. Arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain, yeah? Hold it! That certainly is some impressive police work. Well, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. We set up that checkpoint just after 5 PM. We figured that Mr. Falls might just try to run. What do you mean it was too close for comfort? The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30 PM. And it takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint.
That was kind of close. Any later and Mr. Falls could have slipped right by.
Listen up, kitten. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony.
A trap?
Walk into it carelessly and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh?
No, it's not!
Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you better get some more information. And if you're gonna get caught in the trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards.
The ever-famous contradictions. I sure hope I can find some of those.
You're a greenhorn. Everyone's gonna find their first contradiction somewhere, I'm sure. Yes, indeed. Thank you for that, too. Alright, what is the contradiction we gotta find here? That's where she was brutally murdered. Stuff it into there. But I don't see anything strange, do you? Well, first and foremost, let's confidence save at this point here. Because the fact that you gave us the scene from the car boot, we can say what happened to the white scarf that she was meant to wear. In this scene, she's not wearing it at all. I wonder if that's what we are meant to try and get him with. The fact that we don't see anything strange. It's the fact that I don't see something that I'd say that is the strange thing about it. So I'm gonna try. Objection! Witness! Well, what is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye?
I'm sorry. I totally forgot I was gonna say... This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that.
You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say there, little kitten. Want a piece of my coffee candy?
Candy?
Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee.
Come on, Mia. Shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective!
Yes, ma'am!
This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it.
Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. The note? It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus, this special request. I have one very simple question for you, detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it. I got him already. The caller told her to wear the identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. Huh? The scarf you were searching so desperately for, is it this one, perchance? Where'd you find this? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why? Why did you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. It looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth. He was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time! Sir, I do believe that is tampering. Yeah, well, we know what school of prosecutoring he went to, unfortunately, and we know what that school was all about. Perfect record no matter what. The Von Calm away. The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Worn by the victim at the time of the incident. Not entirely white, but it's close enough. Found at Dusky Bridge. Now, if the attorney for the defense has finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Fay? Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck! Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively, and with hard evidence, that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget, kitten. There's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh? A genius at pulling my leg and pushing my buttons is what he is. Alright, a testimony about the incident, what happened on Dusky Bridge is what happens next, but we're getting close to a break time, what we normally do every hour to play some ads and get them out of the way to get rid of pesky pre-rolls and whatnot. And we always take a break during that time so that our Twitchland enjoyers don't have to worry about missing anything. So we're going to take our break here. There will be no pause in the YouTube highlight. If you want to continue watching, feel free. But this is a good time if you need to pause yourself, go do some self-care. This is a good time to do so, I say stay. And when we come back, testimony number 2 from Greenhorn Gumshoe. We will see what happens when we come back. So I'll see you very shortly. Hey, look at me! I'm Detective Gumshoe! I was a greenhorn too once in a long time ago. I'm looking very dapper, I must say myself. This coat I got brand new, you know? And again, like I said, 6 years of the same trench coat that has gradually just greened and lost its luster over time. That's what I like to think. He doesn't really kemp too many of his clothes too well, but that's absolutely fine. Alright! He's got a testimony to do, and we're going to see it now, so welcome back in the video. If you like what you're seeing here, particularly in the YouTube land video, Make sure to leave a like and comment down below. Let us know if you enjoyed what you see, and if you want to see some more of it and support the channel, make sure you click the subscribe button and click the bell next to it as well, wherever it may be, so you can keep up with the notifications when new uploads come your way. It does help the channel out a lot and is very much appreciated. So, he's got a testimony to give us. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. It's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. What I want to know is, that was victim pushed from behind? But are they not facing each other? What the chuff is going on here? I don't know. Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It is about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. Aha! A potential witness! So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Judgy wants a witness to be in here. Doesn't matter if they're a delicate little flower or something. They want them here! He wants to make him squirm, maybe. I don't know. Alright, seems to be taken by the witness. A photo for the court record. Thank you. So, as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. Aha! Zerari! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again! That's not fair! I haven't even done my cross-examination yet! Again, with the bug-eye elk in the headlights stare, please stop it. What do you mean, What do you mean by indeed? I've wondered. Well, we like our flavor text, so we press everything. Hold it! Who is this eyewitness? She's a college student. A female college student? That's right, meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her. Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her. Objection! For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's statements. That is all. What is that supposed to mean? The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. A female college student, eh? It means she's female and a college student, sir. If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why. Please tell us about the more decisive evidence in question. Shows the victim wearing the scarf, you can see that. Looking very much like Carmen Sandiego a little bit, I'll say that. Hold it! The victim is wearing a scarf in that photo, all right. So, about the witness who took this photo. Was that this person doing... What was this person doing all the way in the mountains? He was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Spirits? Oh, now that you mention it, this photo... This cloudy fog-like thing... Is it a ghost? I don't believe it! No, Your Honor. No, I don't think it's a ghost. Think you're already, you might be looking a bit young in the greenhorn yourself, Judge, but I think the dementia might be already setting in, I'll be honest with you. Alright. Drizzling that day, hard to see what's going on. Fair. Hold it! Drizzling, huh? That's right. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this room right now. It looks like a cold front just moved in. In any case. The point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog. I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something. Gumshoe could have fallen into the river and his body never recovered. It would have never met this good boy. I'm glad it didn't end up like that, let's be honest. I'm glad. So yeah, shot from behind, stabbed in the back. Yet they are facing each other. That's immediately what I'm getting at here, but let's give it a look-see and figure out what else we can glean. Hold it! Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back, and she fell down right on the stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal.
Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed? Or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean that you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he said brutal, I wonder if he's Canadian.
Oh my god, me, you can't just assume that people are Canadian when you hear them, my god. Save your nasty look for the right person.
Huh?
Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself.
Hey! Watch where you spill your coffee! The court record? Huh.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That must have been when the scarf fell off, Reloud? Hold it!
So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh?
That's what the witness said. Well, it looks like she didn't remember about the scarf. But from what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, ma'am.
The area was wet from rain. The bridge was probably wet too. Which would explain why the scarf is all covered in mud. But there's something about this testimony that's still bothering me.
Talk about a surprise. I had no idea there was a photo.
So what do I do?
You really still believe him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean?
Of course I do!
So the little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer's obvious. If what you believe is the truth, then that means that somewhere hidden in that testimony is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered. That's your chance. That's my chance indeed. Okay. So we get the details. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Must have been when the scarf fell off. And if the scarf got all dirty, let's take another look at that. And let's be honest, that coat looks pretty pristine to me. If only the scarf got dirty, but the coat you're wearing doesn't look like there's a single stain on it. I think there's something in that, but it's just figuring out what to press and with what to press with, you know? Gonna give it a go and say that what I'm noticing is that while the scarf may be dirty, victim in the coat victim with the code in the trunk. Surprisingly, stain free and pristine looking. Are you sure we're not staging something here or something? Let's give this a go and see if I get it right. Oh, wait, that one. Present. Objection! So, at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah, and fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with a soggy atmosphere. But this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. What is it about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit with what the conditions that day? Pristine, trench coats, I would say. Where's the wetness? Where's the mud stains? Where's the tarnishment of anything if she got pushed down? And possibly even worse than that. Where are signs of a struggle on the coats? There would be some, like some scuffs, dirt marks, whatever else. But yeah, the coat's pretty pristine. Take that! Naturally, the answer is right here. The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there is nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky Bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down from her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. That's exactly right. The other day, I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. Hey, how about them Argonauts, eh? Objection! I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If your honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal lead, would be wet, but not muddy. Or should I say, how about those, Canadians, eh? Literally, the Montreal Canadiens. I think those are the names in there. There's also the... what are they called? Toronto... I was about to say Raptors, but that's the basketball team, I think. I'm sure there's a Canadian in my chat who'd be able to, or watching this video right now, who'd be able to enlighten me. I do know about the Montreal Canadiens. I'm pretty sure that's a hockey team. There's an Edmonton one as well, I think, that plays in there. Winnipeg. Am I getting this? I think there's a... I think before I embarrass myself and all of my North American friends, I'm gonna move on. The Maple Leafs are the Toronto team. Thank you. Okay. Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day?
The surface of the bridge? Huh.
Ha. A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this.
And I with a real woman.
Of course I can. Here is the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. The scarf itself, right? Because if the scarf's muddy and it fell off during the tussle, the push, and the struggle... yeah. Makes the most sense, doesn't it? Take that! The evidence is this scarf. Ah! It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo! Edgeworth? That is a potty mouth and you know it. Excuse you.
Same to you, buddy.
I like to imagine that in this greenhorn case that Mia's in, she has a bit more bite into her when she tries to like rebut something, or she's more prone to throwing out the you know, the rebutes, the rebuttals, and the sort of insults as well, because she's, you know, she's young and up and at 'em at this point, I would like to imagine. So I like to imagine she's a bit more go get 'em, as I say. I think. Miss Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. Objection! I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction?
Huh?
For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we?
All right. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here.
Huh. You're doing pretty well. For a little kitten.
Mr. Armando!
No matter what he says, the contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence? It's one of those three. And thank you for not telling me the answer and leaving me to my own volition here, Armando. You're such a very helpful buddy on the defense desk, I hope you realize. What you said just now? I'm not sure I like that.
That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was a coffee aficionado over here that said it.
This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court.
Huh?
But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is.
Yes! The false evidence in this case is...
the body in the trunk, testimony, or the photo. So what do we have? We don't have the testimony here. So the photo is there. So yeah, how do you figure the victim was pushed from behind if she and supposed man on the run Terry Falls are facing each other at this point? How'd you figure that she was pushed from behind by somebody if there was only those two there meeting up, surely? How do you figure that out? So my strongest inkling right now is the photo. Photo seems to be weirdly doctored. Or is just something that's completely irrelevant. That's my thought process. Oh, then again... I'm really thinking this over. It's not giving me... So far, it's not giving me a penalty for it. God, if we can only look back at what the testimony actually was, this would have made things a lot handier and more helpful, but so is a 2004 game. And didn't really have enough for that one, I guess. So yeah, photo or testimony? It was that this witness who gave the photo in saw... Question about this. Okay, no. If the photo of the meeting from the witness's photo is to be believed, then it's the witness who is telling a lie by saying that she was pushed in the back because they're facing each other. Maybe that's the way I meant to think about it. All right, let's try that. Testimony instead. Yeah.
It's a no-brainer! Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective points out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen?
Yeah. That's what the witness told us.
Huh. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all.
Hmm? That's true. It's not just true, it's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called in the first place.
Your Honor! The defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well.
Getting them. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time.
What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth?
Dun 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 dun. Now, let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the event that day with her very own eyes.
This is it, Mia. The battle begins here.
Witness, what is your name and occupation? Very slyly hiding us from revealing it until right now. When the notes name drops Dahlia and victim's name is Hawthorne, I get that in the timeline of the game's events, this is first in the event, so characters would not know this by this point. Yet, given that we've done the first case going into this one, boy, how do we know what's going on here? We absolutely do.
Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter.
Oh, I'm like an elk in headlights. When I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double-double in a dozen donut holes. I feel like I want to hurry up and hound down a verdict just to have a bite.
Hey, not so fast!
As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you could learn a lot from this man.
If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir?
Yes, my dear?
This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause.
Not at all. It's no trouble at all.
Now then, may we have your name and occupation, please?
My name is, Melissa Foster. I'm a college student. A freshman in the literature department.
Why Melissa? That's what I'd like to know. Given what we already know about this particular young lady, and what we truly know about her from previous events, or previous events that technically happened in the future, timeline-wise, but yeah, we've already seen them, so pfft. You were on the scene when the unfortunate events occurred, correct?
And you were the one who took this photo? Is that accurate? You'd be so mean!
Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that?
Huh? It's just a photograph! It's not like it's something dangerous!
Next time, I'll be forced to penalize you.
Uh-oh. I don't like the turn this has taken. Is she staring at me?
And you would be?
Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fey.
I see. So you are.
Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best.
Interesting that in this universe, Hortons exists, but Timbits do not. Well, it's Japanifornia, it's not Japananada, is it? Unfortunately. The witness's photograph. What does Melissa have to say about this?
I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then, I noticed two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police.
By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here.
I was standing right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field, surrounded by tall cliffs.
So you took the photo from that location, eh?
I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to.
Oh, ho, ho, ho! What a cute camera. Just like its owner.
Down, Judge. Down, bucko. Do not become an actual buck about this one. Alright, Melissa Foster. Melissa Foster took the witness's photo with this, a small but powerful model camera. Probably just trademark avoidment.
Alright then, Miss Fey. Time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again, and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel.
That's... I would say that's entirely on witness for wanting to in the first place. How is that my fault? Why am I getting done in for hurting the feelings? There's been a lot of time that happens when the witness that we're badgering gets upset, and then he throws it to me because somehow it's my fault. It's not my fault that the witness in the stand might have a resistance to badgering that is as solid as a toilet roll, but there you go. So if we are going to get done in by pressing the wrong statement. Do we have anything immediately that can do it here? 2 people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly they start fighting. That's when I heard and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. Then you called the police right after that. I guess I should see if I'm actually gonna get done in by pressing anything that's wrong right now. I have done my confidence save, so it should be okay. Hold it! Did you say wildflowers?
Yes. The mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers.
But it's only February.
Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come.
Oh, I know just how you feel. It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde center beard until mine grew in properly. Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor? Well, that was just funny. Luckily, we weren't made to cry there, so that's cool. Okay, so the first one is okay, but completely irrelevant. There were 2 people on the bridge. That seems to corroborate, but let's go. Hold it! Was there anything strange about the 2 of them?
I'm a bad girl. I know I am. It looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there. So I decided to watch them, like some kind of peeping Tom.
No, not at all. Everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place.
Too much info, Your Honor.
In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them. Especially dressed as they were.
Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely.
And suddenly they start fighting. Over what then? Hold it!
Do you have any idea what they were fighting about?
No, I have no idea. Why would you ask that?
Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said.
I would never eavesdrop. I've got more class than that.
That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Well, at least I wasn't penalized for it. We got very close. We got very close, unfortunately. Then you heard and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. I don't know, that doesn't look entirely crucial to me. That just looks like a standoff. Let me be honest with you, but I'll see what you have to say about it. Hold it!
Why did you take a photo?
Well, the 2 of them were really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me just kind of took over.
That smells like a lie to me.
Yes, I understand completely. Even now, I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams. I still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on.
So he wanted to be a comedian, huh? Not that it has any bearing on this.
All I could do was to use my camera. So I took the photo of the crucial moment and gave it to the police.
And then right after that, you called them. Hold it!
You called the police?
Yes, because it looked to me like the murderer was gonna try to escape.
We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we had already started our operation. That was certainly tough luck for the criminal, eh? Yeah.
If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony.
Be careful, kitten. That girl has the judge wrapped right around her little finger. You're gonna have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers.
You're gonna have to come up with something really good, Mia.
Come up with something really good. You took the photo that shows the crucial moment. I would argue crucial moment is hardly seen there at this point. If anything, that is before. So that's what would be my particular gripe about it. Should I give it a try and see? Or do we have anything else that's, because we now have it updated that Dahlia is on the... I'm gonna say Dahlia now because we know who it is. It's not Melissa, come on. But anyway, Melissa was on the green patch below the ridge, looking at the bridge, where for some reason it's been broken above the sort of sandy, muddy bit down below. Huh. I don't know if there's anything in that. That proves that maybe she had a view obstructed or something. I don't know if there's anything in that. And it would... Huh. Because if that's where he brought the stolen car to that car parking area up top, to run across the bridge like that, but then get caught and turn around that... Are we even looking at this from the right perspective? It's either that there's some perspective things wrong here, or it's the fact that this is far from the crucial moment, i.e. man plunging knife into back of woman who is down on the ground in prone position on the bridge. That's hardly the crucial moment. Shall I try it here, and if this is wrong, then think about it again? Objection! No, this is right. Objection! Witness. When you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented the photo like that? Well, you see? The photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moments, then what happened next? You must have taken the photo of it! Oh! Okay, Homer Simpson, suddenly. Also, when the pan shot goes to the entire courtroom, the redrawn sprite makes the judge suddenly look like some blonde Wookiee from Star Wars. What do they call him? Like, just turn Judge into a Wookiee name and then you have it. My apologies, young lady. But Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. He can certainly downplay a situation, can he? I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean. You ran out of film? This photo was the last one. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all the photographs you took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself, playing among the wildflowers. Ah. Selfie model before Instagram was a thing. Photo influencer before Instagram and such were a thing. MySpace influencer, there you go. The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Well, you see? My camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took photos of yourself?
I remember taking some photos of myself once too.
Please, no details.
Mia wants nothing of it, just in case it goes very dirty. It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all.
Wait! Just a minute!
Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet.
Really? But I thought the whole idea with Edgeworth was straight thoughts cannot catch me. I thought that was his entire shtick. Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed.
Yes, Mr. Judge? Oh boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk.
It looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention.
Yeah, it's sickening.
There were two people on the bridge, they just started fighting, victim turned around. Ah, okay. So these are all the same up until 4 and 5 have changed, okay.
The victim turned around and tried to run away, but she only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back.
Okay, that 10 yards seems important because on the bridge map, we have a reference for how much 5 yards is. So essentially double that. So maybe roughly 1 plank on the bridge is about 1 yard, maybe? Suspiciously, also the hole in the bridge that you can see there. That looks about 5 yards, doesn't it? I wonder when that surprise tool that will help us later comes in. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, new statement, so we gotta press. Hold it!
The victim. Why do you think she tried to run away? With her police training, she certainly knew better than to turn her back on the criminal.
Objection! This was a large, powerful man with a knife. If it had been a quaggy woman like you, I'm sure she would have acted differently.
Quaggy? Why, you?
If it had been me, I probably would have jumped into the river.
There's still something wrong with his testimony.
Girl doing the rumbly. You can do the rumbly. Have fun with that, yes. Got 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back, apparently. Okay.
Hold it! So you're saying Sergeant Hawthorne wasn't able to get away from him? Well, it's a narrow bridge and it was swaying back and forth. If you ask me, both of them were in danger of falling off. I only wish I could have done something to help her.
That seems to make sense.
I wonder about that. Something seems kind of off.
Huh. Does it now? You have a good sixth sense. When you feel that something's off, that's when you need to figure out why.
If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony.
Yep. Girl has Judge wrapped around fingers. Victim turned around and tried to run away. Only got 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. Right, I've got nothing to go on. Got that, don't think that's relevant. Died from bloodlust between 4 and 5 PM. Knife in the back. Bought up the trunk of Paul's car.
only managed to get 10 feet across the 10 foot across the bridge, or 10 yards before. And I guess the only piece of evidence that's relevant here is looking at the map, looking at the bridge map. Because we have the reference point for 5 yards. We can roughly visualize what 10 yards would be. Probably... Let me try and take that and then go like... Yeah... Okay, that's about a 20-foot bridge if I try to visualize, but I actually put my hands on my screen to take the 5 yards reference point and keep him sort of equidistant to sort of go like that with. So that's about a 20-foot bridge. I keep going back to feet. It's yards. That's a 20-yard bridge. And there's a gap in it at the right-hand side that's probably about a 5-yard gap in itself. So if she turned around to try to go... If she came from the other side of the path, how does she get across that 5-yard gap? There's kind of no... I don't think there's any kind of way. So there's something in the evidence... So something in the bridge, in the map here that I got to point out that's contradictory to this. If they met in the middle of the bridge, how was she able to cross a 5-yard gap and then another 5-yard gap at least to make the 10 yards before she's apparently attacked? There's something in that. But first, I'm very confident about this. Don't mind me. It's fine. Let's go at this again. Something in the bridge map itself, I would say. Unless there's something in any of these. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Nah, young little Dig Gumshoe. Such a greenhorn. Love him. But anyway, bridge map. This is literally the only piece of evidence that seems relevant to 10 yards, so I'm gonna go for it. Objection! So it's right, but how do we figure it's not right? How do we figure that it's right? Witness? Your testimony is a joke! Huh? What? But I just... Miss Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry. I'll make you cry in a minute. 1 short testimony and 2 bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse! You say there were 2 contradictions? It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the 2 of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then. She would have hit a dead end? Yeah, how could she cross 5 yards of gap? You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have ran even 5. Because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side. Ah! So it's literally because the bridge is out. Okay, I see. But what does this all mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court? Objection! Just a moment, Your Honor.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram.
What did you say?
So what are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying... I'm saying that even though the bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident.
That's ridiculous!
You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. Let me turn into a Wookiee about it at the back. Huh. That guy's good.
Huh? What do you mean?
He planned it from the very beginning. He's a genius, alright. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy.
What? That coward!
Well, Miss Faye, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation.
Huh? I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself.
No, it wasn't your fault after all.
Judge, stop looking at me like that.
Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony?
But it's so hard to go on.
We're all on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw.
Yes, sir. All on her side? Speak for yourself, Judge.
Running from the crime. Oh, yes?
After he stabbed her in the back, she quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw.
Witnessing such violence must have been difficult.
Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up.
If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished.
Don't say that!
Oh, well. Maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte.
This trial isn't over yet!
Huh. That's what I like to hear. Alright, Miss Faye. Your cross-examination, if you please.
The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia! Go on the attack!
After a break, that is, because we are pretty much getting close to that time, so we might as well run it now, so... Okay, I can already tell the lie. Yeah, that's something for me to mull on, after we do all the pressing, of course, and then, we'll figure it out from there, but, it's time for us to run another quick little intermission and do the ads this time, so, for y'all in Twitch land, we're gonna do that now, give you a break screen so you don't have to miss anything of the video that we do today. There will be no break in YouTube highlight as well. If you want to feel free to continue watching, then you're more than welcome to. But this is a good time to pause the video. If you need to do some self-care quickly, now's a great time to go and do some self-care. Then come back to us for the next section, where we grill Melissa about the things that she's blabbing here. Apparently, according to chat, it's obvious. I'll need a bit of time to mull it over and figure it out, but I'm sure it'll come to us soon, and we'll figure it out when we come back from the break. See you in a few minutes. I mean, to be as pretty as Melissa here is goals, but we all know there's something fishy about this lady, and we gotta figure it out now. Welcome back to the video. Hello to everybody. Hope you're still enjoying what you're watching here, particularly in the YouTube land video. If you are watching this on YouTube and you like what you see, don't forget to let me know with a like and comment down below. It does help us out with the metrics. And if you'd like to go further with your love and support, make sure you click the subscribe button and click the bell with it as well to get notifications when we do future uploads. If you'd like to follow us with our series, of course, we'd love to have you. I want to go back to the chat, because I missed the message here. I realize it's the nature of this game, but God doesn't make me want to apply back to skulls with excessive force. It's like, yeah, you either get characters that are written to be so oblivious they don't see the obvious things that sometimes the player sees immediately, and you gotta wait for the game to then let you know when it's time to get at that obvious point which you've waited on for so long. And you're just like, why don't the characters see this yet? Why are they written in such a way where they're so dumb? And also, just some of them are just flat out just like completely suspicious, and some of them do downright horrible things in the past. And so, yes, we would like to absolutely do them in, like soon after the verdict gets handed down, hopefully to get them done in. We would then like to take them aside and, you know, take aforementioned back to them. It's just how the game is written. It's meant to be a little bit exaggerated, I would say. Like, everything's meant to be exaggerated in this one. It's, hey, I'm not ready yet. Come on. Why do we get the feeling I've seen this lady before? Yeah, why do we get the feeling that we have seen Melissa at some point earlier? To be fair, again, we're doing this sort of out of sequence in the in-game timeline, I think. Because when we did 3-1, that was the case, I think that was technically Mia's second case, but that was dealt with as 3-1, the first episode of the game. 3-4 is when we're doing Mia's first ever case as a defense attorney. And for some reason, this girl is here. And at this point, they wouldn't know, the characters would not know who this girl is. But obviously, if you've done the cases in order, you as the audience and the player playing this would know all about this. So you'd have your suspicions immediately as soon as you see this lady. As soon as you see this lady, see that she's trying to pass off her name as Melissa, you immediately be like, well, what's going on here? How long until the game eventually drops the hat for the characters in it, and then we can get that payoff? I see how it can be a bit, you know, sort of a bit of a, why can't the game get to the meat and potatoes yet? Get to the good stuff, please. But yeah, what we're gonna do first is do the thing and press everything, because we like to get flavor text. Focus on the game window, and then we can actually do that, shall we? Hold it! Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge?
Actually, maybe she did fall down.
Of course she didn't fall down onto the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy.
Objection! If you don't mind, I was asking the witness.
No need to be so rude. Well, young lady.
Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could.
We're one step too slow. And then, what did the defendant do after that? Then carried her over to the car. Okay, you'd say that.
Hold it!
You personally witnessed that?
Yes.
Did anything strange happen when he did that?
Well, I don't know if you'd call it strange or not, but that's when the victim's scarf fell off.
You mean this scarf? Her words match what we found at the scene. I don't see any problem. Alright, clearly we're not meant to lie there because it went straight to it. That was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. Huh, really?
Hold it!
You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself?
Yes.
Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult.
Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse.
Is it even possible for him to have carried a dead body on the bridge like that? Objection! Well, the fact of the matter is that he did! So... Nuh-uh! Mia like...
The f*** you mean, nuh-uh?
That kind of talk is just silly.
Wow. Why did they get so emotional all of a sudden?
Miss Faye, if you think there is some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us. Oh, I'll get to that, but first I like flavor text.
Hold it!
Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be just going overboard, wouldn't it?
Yes, but that mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there.
But it's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct?
There is also a small temple and a channeling dojo there. You know those monks. They just love cold, isolated places.
I think this witness is trying to say that the corpse could have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what she witnessed with her own eyes. Oh, I'm supposed to talk about what you saw. I know this isn't gonna go nowhere, but, flavor text. Hold it! And you're absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying the body?
Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform, but as for his face...
So you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face?
Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. I thought it was only supposed to say exactly what I saw.
Excellent! You're a remarkably honest young woman.
My butthole. Something about this testimony is bothering me. But what?
Hey, kitten. Have you ever put salt in your coffee?
No? Why would I?
Why not?
Huh?
It may actually go better with coffee than sugar, right?
Look, Diego, you're very handsome and all, and I'm sure you're trying to help me, but... What?
Listen, my point is if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence.
He's right, Mia. Go present something. You've got nothing to lose.
By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well after all. He knows from experience, does Diego. I see how it is. Okay. He snapped her in the back, quickly picked her up in his arms, then carried her over to the car. That was the only way he can make sure the body stayed hidden. What do we have that contradicts? Found at Dusky Bridge. This would be a bit inconspicuous, right? To find the scarf there. Or is there something in the map that says so? So if they had their altercation right in the middle, apparently trying to turn around and get back, they're in immediately, then pick her, take her, immediately into the back. I don't, Chat's certain this obvious, but why am I not seeing it? It's obviously something with the third statement. That was the only way you can make sure the body stayed hidden. But the scarf fell off. Would have pointed to at least someone else being there, and probably would have been reported missing or something, because that would have been... There'd be some trace evidence of having... You know, the essence, or some... Maybe an errant hair might be caught in the scarf that would pinpoint with testing to it being victim. Do I see anything in this? I don't know if I see anything in this side, but This is... The only thing I can think of is that if he wanted to hide everything, why did he also not collect the scarf with him? That's what I'm feeling, and I'm gonna try it. Our man was not entirely that careful about making sure everything about it was hidden, so surely this must be it. It was not. This evidence establishes that the defendant is lying, right? Don't ask me to confirm your facts.
Sorry. This is my first time handling a case.
Well, let's make it a memorable occasion with a penalty.
And here I thought he would go easy on me because I'm new.
Yeah, that ain't happening. That is absolutely not happening, so... If it's not the scarf, then... That was the only way he could make sure... No, hang on a moment, hang on, I'm overthinking again. Take them to the car to stay hidden? Possibly to be seen by incoming police or another errant walker, hiker, / possible witness? Why not just... Why not just chuck it down into the embankment and into the river, then it get washed up somewhere else far away? Sure. Yeah, okay. I'm overthinking this. There's a far more obvious and potentially better in murderer's eyes way to dispose of a body. Just chuck in river, surely. Must be it. Objection! Well, I got the right piece of evidence, that is, at least, so we'll figure out now how it's a... A killer not wanting his victim to be found? I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Into the river. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area, and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Ah! In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. Huh? If 10 murders were to recur at that same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body into the water. Order! Order, eh? Order! I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye. But I must admit it does seem odd not to have thrown the body into the river. There's a very weird and macabre way to go about it. You gotta think in the murderer's eyes. Weirdly here. Sorry, that water nearly somehow managed to flick up and go into the nostril. Right, there we go. Disaster averted. Yep, disaster averted. We're fine. Oh! Well, Mr. Edgeworth? How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Excuse me. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. Objection! But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous! Objection! Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. That's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony.
I'll try.
All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again.
What is he talking about? All right. I'll do my best.
Picks her up in his arms, carried her over to the car.
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. He could have just laid the body on top of the bridge.
Alright, 3 and 4 are the new pieces here. Okay, I got you.
Hold it! What did the man do then? Well, naturally, he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police.
And so that's when you called the police?
You're sure that you saw all that with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain.
Could not just leave the body on top of the bridge, uh-huh.
Hold it! And why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the cords would be going overboard, wouldn't it? Yes, but that mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there. But it's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct? There's also a small temple in Chester.
I think I might have seen this one already. Right, so it's only number 3 that's changed. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there.
Bam, 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 bam. Just seeing what is your perspective of things out here now. This is what she saw in the photo. And if we look at not the crime scene photo, no, we are gonna look at the crime map here. You see that there is massive ridge in between where she stood and where the car is. So how does she know that there's a car there?
I think that's what I'm thinking. How does she know there's a car there when she's on the other side of the ridge? Unless she's, like, tall enough to peek over, or dexterous with climbing. With her body, I'm not entirely sure that's the case. So yeah, how the heck do you know that there's a car there? Based on what you see from the map here, I think we need to go at it again.
Objection! Well, Miss Foster.
I'm doing that for myself, yeah. That's probably you noticed before the break. Ah, you were sort of getting ahead of it. I see. So you have to wait for the testimony to get changed, and then it becomes more clear, okay.
Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Done what? Made a crucial mistake.
A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye?
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes? Yes. And? It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you try to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. Huh? That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car.
Objection! I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car.
That's right! It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that doesn't wash. Huh? I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells us the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff.
Ah!
Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff, but you still claim to have been able to see the killer's car. No!
Order! Order in the court! What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo? Canadian people, have I said that right? Is that Canadianism? Or a Canadaism, is that right? This ballyhoo? Objection! Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled into a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. I've never heard that word in my life. Fair dues. Yeah, okay. Said from a real Canadian. Said from a real Canadian. There you go.
But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes.
Oh!
Huh?
The only Bollyhoo I know of is MC Bollyhoo, the host of Mario Party 8. Okay, even I don't know that, let's be honest. It's fine.
Mr. Judge?
What is it?
I think I must have remembered things wrong. Hold it! Hey! Wait a minute! You can't just say that!
Objection! Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Tell that to Manfred, Mr. Man. Come on. Yes indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive, divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. Just because she's got you round her finger, Judge. Truly, I thought you would have been a better man about this when I first saw you. Back in that, little snapshot we did at 3-2 when we tried to fetch Luke at me from the other trial. I thought you better than this.
What? That's not fair!
Huh. Save the tears for later, kitten.
Mr. Armando!
Don't look back until the trial is over. Now's the time to go forward.
But that wasn't fair!
Okay, kitten, you need to relax. Then you need to remember. You're the kitten's testimony.
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there.
So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk? Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're gonna have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, witness?
Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk. Because there were marks left in the trunk lid. I'm certain there were scratch marks on when he broke into it.
What? Let me see that photo. It's true. These certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied?
The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just said. Is there a contradiction in there somewhere? Let me confidence save. Just like I'm gonna tell all of my future people that come under my wing, under my mentorship, that they always have to confidence save. If I ever get that far and actually have somebody under my wing, if I become a mentor myself.
So do we buy... Is there anything in that? Take a look at it again. Well, I cannot deny that right at the top, the keyhole has been, you know, bent and buckled in quite a lot. There's a lot of scratch marks about it. But do we have a contradiction in what she said? We're gonna guess that there's still something a bit odd about it, but we're gonna have to try and figure out what. Let's go for that.
Melissa Foster, it looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said that you were in the field taking photos of wild flowers. But, even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally! I finally got her!
I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here.
Then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Fey explained herself.
Your Honor! There's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was...
It's somehow her car? She was the one to put it in herself? Or she just happened to be passing by? I don't think she's quite the... Wait a minute. The note says, tell her this time the whole truth must come out, talk to Dahlia. Well, we already know that it's Dahlia anyway, so we're getting away with it in that way. I'm gonna say, was Melissa meant to be told to go up there as well? This time the whole truth must come out. Is there something that we don't know about who the true owner of the car is? Did she lie about who owned the car? Well, I mean, I can confidently save here as well. That's too blasé a reason. Like, anybody could be a passerby at that point, but why specifically her? She was the one that did it herself, or she knows about the car because she was it's actually her car. She is old enough to have a license, right? 19? If we're going by the American way, she can get a license as young as 16, right? It's very often that you have a Sweet 16 party and you get bought a car then or something. If MTV has taught me anything about that. If she knows that much about the car, she probably lied about who owns it. It's probably her car that got stolen in the first place by Terry. Let's go that way first. If it's wrong, then it's something about how she managed to put the corpse in herself. But I think this is more likely, given what we have in victim's notes. Falls at 4:30 PM. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. It's her car and she was the one that... the way this is sounding, this could go like several different ways. We'll start to what you said, I forgot to write them. Because the stolen car actually belonged to her. That's why she knew it has a scratch. Let's try the line again. That's why she knew about the scratches. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? Frankly, Your Honor, after hearing a pathetic response like that, I have to question whether or not such a pathetic lawyer should even exist. Did you hear that, Miss Fey? I believe Mr. Edgeworth just called you a knucklehead.
Oh, isn't that overdoing things a little bit?
Okay, so... I say, okay, so... Then she was the one who put the corpse in the car, then! Let's go that way. A knucklehead. Damn it. So... That was a little bit of a theory, though, where she could have very easily lied about who got the car. Although... They did say on the news that the car was reported stolen. But they never said who! If they said who, I must have missed that detail. But yeah. Canuck is what Canadians are sometimes called. Gotta be honest real quick. You gotta be honest real quick? About Canucks? Or is there something else you gotta be honest about? I don't know. Yet! For the longest time I thought Canuck was another word for whale. Oh, cause, I'm gonna say, doesn't one of the hockey teams have the orca as... Yeah. I thought there was a Canucks team, and the Canucks have the orca on their logo. Yeah. Okay. It's coming to mind. Yeah. Whereas I've actually met Canadian friends whilst living out here in Japan, also fellow expats, and when I've seen them do social posts, they often use the tagline Canuck. Canuck in Japan or something like that. Canuck in Tokyo or Canuck in Osaka or whatever, but yeah, Canuck in Japan. So that must be like just a pet name for themselves, I guess. So that's why I've heard Canuck from myself. So alright then, we are now getting to the true, I guess, actual answer is that she's somehow an accomplice in all this, I guess. There is only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes? What is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hit the body in the trunk of that car was Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it?
That's ridiculous! I could never! It was the man in the prison garb! He's the one that...
I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open.
But... He stole the car!
He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at the red light. Which means that the key would have still been in the ignition.
Oh, I see.
Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. Objection! Preposterous! To even suggest that the witness put the body in there? If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? Timer. The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time she was taking photographs. Now is your chance, Mir. Finish this thing! On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is that the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. It's brand new and sparkles in the light. No, that's my badge. The camera has a timer function. Bing bong! Take that! Let's take another look at this camera and see what the features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even the mini tripod. I don't like the fact when every time the judge goes, his eyes go bug-eyed. Elkin headlights again. Judge needs to stop with that. Oh, why? It's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture. Objection! What are you trying to say then, Miss Faye? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes. She was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? In answering that question, we'll also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? Why do I get the feeling like somewhere here? And also... I'm thinking deeply about this one, actually. I don't know if I need to. I mean, I can't see it now, but I'm thinking back to Valerie's initial memo. She's a killer without a doubt. I think we're trying to go that way, but it's figuring out where she would be. A diddlier or Alright then, BSD Flanders. Love it though. But yeah, I'm thinking. Does it go back to the memo? It goes back to the memo that she wrote. For some reason? For some reason, Melissa went with Valerie to this scene? Because the note says, talk to... Name says Dahlia, who we think that this Melissa actually is, and in fact, the fact we actually do know that it is Dahlia. Get her to talk about... Get her to talk about the truth of the matter or something like that. Valerie and Melissa might have been together on the bridge for some reason. Like to confront Terry about something to do with Melissa. Something like that, maybe? Yeah, I think we're getting that way. It's the only likely thing. It's what I'm thinking. Valerie carting Melissa with her to this point here to meet with Terry at that 4:30 time. And then also get Melissa, i.e. Dahlia, to open up truthfully about things elsewhere. Must be then. Take that! Naturally, the witness was right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Oh, we'll get around to that, Wookiee Judge. Order! Order! Miss Faye, what on earth?
Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim.
Objection! How asinine! Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls.
Objection! You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne!
Ayo? Again, I keep looking at the wrong thing. This one I'm looking for.
I mean, the size disparagement is kind of there.
And it would explain... So I think what's going on here. Yes, Valerie carting Melissa in the car with her to this place where she wants Melissa to come clean about everything. Melissa deciding, heck no. Offs Valerie while driving up there. Before even getting to this location. Stopping by the side of the road to stuff the Valerie's body into the trunk, which would then explain her clean and pristine, what is it? Clean and pristine, blah, 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 trench coat. and then taking her place to this meetup spot for reasons unknown at this point. Right. Get it now. Hello, regular reviews. Welcome in. Want to say congrats on the clip of the wink. Yes, thank you very much for that too. We'll very much enjoy that one. But anyway, we're into this point now. Objection! What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. It's going to be a fair spot. Yeah, you don't have to say. Just so long as you're okay in that regard, yeah? Then who exactly is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It is your own witness. Huh? What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster! Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. Objection! But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted. Objection! But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in federal penitentiary. I can read that word, don't worry about it. Hello, Finny. Hello. He can't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You are just making this up as you go along. Where is your proof? I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. Melissa is a stone cold killer. We're figuring that out. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, I love the classic Phoenix Wright games. Yeah, I'm going through them the first time myself, as a personal playthrough. I've known bits and bats, and many of my friends are already fans of it, and that's how I became to be a fan myself, so I thought I'd do the series playthrough myself, so yeah, it's going very well. Very, very fun. At the time, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie looked like, because the key witness in the case against Falls 5 years ago. Because, yeah, that was 5 years ago. So do we need to present the fact that Valerie might have looked different 5 years ago, thus looking younger? Thus, she could pass off that she could look like her? Is that what we've got to do? Because remember that everything that happened 5 years ago in the original case, right? Yeah.
Hello there.
Maybe there's that. And hello there, General Kenobi. Is it that, or is it maybe something else entirely? Let me go back to... Oh, hang on a minute. No, wear a scarf for identification. That would be it. Take that! That's how he would know without remembering who her face was. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification. Namely, this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear the scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? Oh no, don't faint in this right now, girl. Come on. I can't have forced it away that hard. I am merely a female myself. Come on.
just woken up, well, I hope you're having a pleasant wake up and a pleasant morning or afternoon or whenever you're waking up, whatever time that may be. No judgments here.
Where's Miss Foster? She is collecting herself in the lobby.
It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together.
The only question is, why did she do it?
Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit.
Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies.
Yes, Your Honor.
Understood. Very well. This court is in recess.
To be continued! Oh, my days. I am gonna see what the time is like. Alright, I see what the time is like. Let's at least do the save, because this may be second period of trial. Yes, second part of trial. Alright then, as we keep it on going, talk about beginnings. It did say to be continued. We'll at least see what happens in the respective lobbies. So it says to be continued for a short little while. Right the heck now. February 16th, 1:14 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. Mr. Falls,
I'm
sorry! I'm sorry!
I want to say thanks. You're real good. You really hooked me up.
Thanks. We're almost there. Once I prove that she committed the crime.
Yeah? Well, there's one more big obstacle we gotta get past.
Obstacle?
Yeah. Motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway?
Motive, huh?
Anyway, we're still badly in need of information.
Information? Right.
What we need the most is info about this Melissa Foster herself. All we know that she's a student studying literature. And one more thing.
What is it?
Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy's on death row for. I didn't do nothing! I didn't kill nobody! I never lie!
Mr. Falls, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago.
Okay, I trust you. That day, 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. This picture, it reminds me everything.
I think that might be reminds me of everything in there, but I imagine he says,
it reminds me everything. Bridge looks the same. A bridge looks same. Just like that 5 years ago. Like it could fall apart. Fall apart any minute.
So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years.
Huh. Sorry, buddy, but you sound like the one that could fall apart at any minute. It's true. I did kidnap her 5 years ago. I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne.
name drop!
Oh my goodness!
Your girlfriend? Huh?
Hey, hold on there. Did you say Hawthorne?
The victim's last name!
Dahlia Hawthorne. Valerie's little sister.
What? Are you serious? The girl! Let her go!
Shut up! Come closer, and I kill her!
Sorry, but you're not gonna get the chance. The detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. At first, I thought shooting someone for kidnapping was crossing the line. But if it was to protect her little sister, I can't understand why she did it.
Wrong! No protect, sister! Valerie betrayed me! Betray us!
What do you mean she betrayed you?
Everything. All lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping too.
A make-believe kidnapping?
Dahlia, my girlfriend, my love, my teen angel.
Ah, did he actually say my teen angel? He's seen one too many soap operas.
I'd do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says.
Anything Dahlia says? Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by...
Yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie too.
Valerie was in on it?
Dahlia family rich. Jewelry business. We get one jewel. That's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note we sent to her dad. As for $2 million diamond, tell him make exchange on Dusky Bridge. We tell him Valerie make transfer cause she knew detective. Having a police detective in your pocket's a useful thing, alright. In the end, you were planning on splitting the 2 million 3 ways, huh? Yeah, but that woman... That woman, Valerie, she do it for real. She shoot at me for real. Me and Dahlia. I was shot in arm. Dahlia, she jump in river.
Oh, dang.
Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you?
I couldn't do it. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with police all over.
And that's when they decided to give you the death sentence.
I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me.
That man, Terry Falls, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below.
How old's this guy? Now 25. So 5 years ago, only 20. Which ain't so... I mean, it's still a bit of an ick age gap, but it's worse. I've heard of worse for definite. I don't know. Less thought about that, the better. Just roll with, I guess. Then again, you also got to realize that translations are... probably original, probably maybe had it like that, just because that's the culture that the original translation, original form was like, so you gotta try and consider that when you're localizing, try and soft that blow a bit, but sometimes, you know, you just kind of... There's really no two ways about it, I guess. these 5 years, all I wonder is why? Why? Why did she lie? That's all I want to know. So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself. Yeah, but I forget what she looked like, so I tell her to wear scarf. I don't want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why? Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear answer come from her mouth. That's all.
So that's why you made a crazy escape like that.
Just one thing, Zebra Boy. My senses are tingling all over. I could be a Spider-Man if I wanted to. Or a coffee man. Tell me, Mr. Falls, where is it?
Huh? Where's what?
Come on now, kitten. The ransom.
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
The $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it? I don't know.
Huh? You don't know?
No, really, I don't know. It's gone. With Dahlia.
With Dahlia?
That day, on the bridge. Dahlia put it in backpack. Now gone with Dahlia. Gone forever. Into Eagle River. What you don't know about it, this is one of the rare cases. I think we can put it together as the audience, given what we know from 3-1. We can put it together. People say bodies are never recovered once they fall into the river. I think Melissa, or Dahlia in this case, made us sterner stuff. The one case where someone actually survives the Eagle River, I guess.
It disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute!
You can come back in now. We're about ready to go.
Mr. Falls, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne?
Never found her. My sweet Dahlia.
They never found her.
And all there is a mysterious name in a mysterious blacked out face in my case file for a Dahlia Hawthorne.
They never found her.
Swallowed by river, gone. Dahlia, my teen angel. Your teen angel? How old was she anyway? Just 14.
14? I guess you were robbing cradles before diamonds.
She plans a fake kidnapping and disappears into the river with a rock worth 2 mil. Man, oh man. Angels these days.
Falls takes the fall and gets a one-way ticket to death row. Is Dahlia Hawthorne an angel? Or is she really a...
It's time, kitten. Looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now.
You bet!
The diamond added to the court record. $2 million gem used as ransom for the Dahlia and lost to the river 5 years ago. Training wheels come off now, Mia. You gotta strike while the iron's hot. That's one of my rules. Remember it. Oh my god. If somebody watches this, I'm gonna make them probably very upset. Name's Diego, mon ami. Remember it. Damn it, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Shadow. Slashcraft, hello! Yeah, that's one of your rules. Okay, Diego. Again, related or the real deal himself, who we end up meeting later as a white-haired, mask-wearing, coffee-loving prosecutor. That remains to be seen. But anyway, go like that. And February 16th, 1:49 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. The trial will continue. Unfortunately, next time out. We are running out of time, unfortunately, for our regular show today, but we are gonna keep it held here. We've got a Canadian judge ready to commence the trial, but we're gonna do that, figure out second part of this whirlwind of a case so far. Diamonds, now a thing, fake kidnappings, 14-year-olds that are apparently possibly the demon incarnate. I don't know, we've got interesting things lined up. And time to try and put them all to a head when we come back to try and tackle this next episode. We have gone through a whirlwind today, so I think it is time to call it. And, yes, pick it up next time, but I hope you've enjoyed this episode with me. It has been a whirlwind. It has been ridiculously fun to get through. And if you've missed any of it in our Twitch land, then please do not worry. We have a VOD coming your way very, very shortly. If you go and check out the Laura Petal VOD's YouTube channel in a few days' time, that will be available for you to watch in its entirety with none of the breaks in between, so you can watch it in its entirety and enjoy it all back if you want to. And if you are watching this in our YouTube highlight on the channel, then I want to thank you very much for watching, and I sincerely hope you enjoyed it. If you have, make sure to like and comment down below and let me know. And if you'd like to go further with your love and support to see more of this get done in the future, join us on our journey. Click the subscribe button and click the bell next to it as well. We always like to have new people along, and we will welcome you for the journey. Make sure to see the links in the description as well. I've got my social feeds are there, Discord invite link is there, the Twitch link is there as well. If you want to come to our Twitch channel on the Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for regular streams, we would love to have you. I may even be live right now, depending on the time of day, so come along and check out what we've got over here, because again, we would love to have you join our Twitch adventure as well as the YouTube adventure. But this is a heck of a first case for young greenhorn Mia Fey, and where the heck is it going after this? Well, join us next time and find out. If this episode has been a fun time for you, if we've made your day better in any way, shape, or form through this video, that is lovely for me to hear, and I hope I get the chance to do it again for you at some point in the future with maybe the next Ace Attorney episode. Don't forget, we are doing the full chronology playthrough, so stay tuned for more of that coming your way very, very shortly, if it's not already up. But, yeah. As I said, we'd love to have you for more in the future, so stay tuned until next time. And until then, please stay awesome and enjoy the rest of your plans, whatever they may be. Enjoy more of my videos if you want to. Come along to the Twitch stream if we are live right now, and we'll welcome you there with open arms. And all else, I do hope that the next video is a fun one as well for you. So thanks very much for watching. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're all lovely. I appreciate you all. And I want to make sure that you stay awesome and stay safe until the next time we see each other. And until then, take care of yourselves.